It's Jamie Lester here, back with another video with a slight twist. Why, you ask? Well, I'm going to tell you, as a little schnip 20-year-old, I bought my first property with no help from anyone. In fact, I put very little money down, and I want you to finish this video and go, hell, I can do this as well. Because you know what? You can. If I could do it at 20, you definitely can. Let's take a few steps back, because I definitely wasn't the property mogul I was trying to be. One-bedroom flats were renting for about £600 a month. Yes, you're right, renting for £600 a month. And where does that rent go? It goes to the landlord. And what does the landlord do with it? He'll probably pay off a mortgage. And two-bedroom flats were about £800 a month. And it's the same deal. You pay the landlord, and the landlord will probably be paying off a mortgage. I didn't want to do that. It felt weird for me. I was working. I was earning about £25,000 a year as a basic salary, and commission on top got me to about £50,000, which is pretty good for a 20-year-old, but I was working very hard for it. No one told me to do this, but I just walked into actually an estate agency, and there was a financial advisor, and I said, listen, this is how much I'm earning. What can I do with it? And this is a tip for me. You know, right now you should be writing down in your phone or on your pad on your to-do list, go and speak to a mortgage advisor. If you're renting right now and you have a job, go and speak to a mortgage advisor and lay everything on the table. It's for free. They won't charge you because they'll want your business. It'll be for free. Go and talk to a mortgage advisor and they will tell you what you can borrow. Back on track. £600 a month to rent a one bed, £800 to rent a two bed. I walk into the mortgage broker. She blows my mind because she's saying I can buy a property for £100,000. But of course you're saying to me, well, what can I buy for £100,000 where I'm used to living in East London? So I started to look around, and guess what? There wasn't much available for £100,000. But something actually did come up. It took about 3 months to find, and I got a notification that this two-bedroom flat for £100,000 had come available. But you know what? It wasn't pretty. But what it was is an amazing location, 2 bedrooms, and you know what happens when you're on the 5th floor of a 12-storey block? You got pretty good views as well. And because it was ex-local authority, it was massive. 2 double bedrooms, this really large kitchen. I went to go and have a look at it. Guess what? It wasn't in the best condition, but it was habitable. But this is the kisser. This is where things start to become really cool, because when you put in £100,000 as a mortgage over 25 years, my payments were £644 a month. So my mortgage was £644 a month. That was a fixed rate. Listen to this, at 5.99%. Why at 6%? Well, because that's what the market was at the time. Mortgage rates at the moment, fixed. It depends on your credit, but you can get anywhere between 2 and 3% fixed for the next 2 to 3 years. So the mortgage would be even lower. But this is my story. £644 a month was my repayments. So straight away I can have 2 bedrooms, pretty much for the price of 1 bedroom. I also owned the property. I've got a 2nd bedroom. And you know what I did with that 2nd bedroom? Yep, I rented it out, and I started to get £300 a month in rent. So this, suddenly at £644 a month, my mortgage was £344 a month. So you guys might be saying to me right now, Jamie, I don't know if I want to buy somewhere. That's a lot of responsibility. But I don't understand the whole, this is a lot of responsibility, because you know what? If you don't like it, if things go really bad, if you want to go traveling, rent it out. You own the property, so you can do what you want with it. You have an asset, so buy it, you don't like it, rent it. Buy it, don't like it, sell it. Oh, what's that? Yep, smash that right there, let's go. So let's get down to some nitty gritty on how I actually bought the property. So I went to see the mortgage broker. The mortgage broker said, with my salary, I can get a mortgage for £100,000. There might be some small print, but if you don't go and speak to them, you will never know what this small print is. But start talking to the mortgage broker so you know what terms they are looking for, and if the terms are not acceptable to you now or you don't qualify now, at least you know what terms they are looking for and you can work on that. Mr. Lester, you need to be earning £50,000. At least you know what you need to be doing. Mr. Lester, I can see that you didn't pay the credit card bill. You have adverse credit. We won't lend to you. But I did pay the credit card bill. At least you know you can go and fix this. And by the way, if you have credit cards, if you have loans, keep up with the payments. Do not be a day late. The credit score people will kill you. You won't be able to get a mortgage. Pay your credit cards, pay your loans. Don't be late by one single day. Like button, thank you very much. So the mortgage broker said, yes, you can have a mortgage of £100,000. The property, of course, was £100,000. The valuer went round and said, you could have the mortgage for £100,000. Terms were agreed. My solicitor read through the contract, thank God, because that was boring. And we exchanged contracts. Exchange contracts mean effectively I am legally obliged to buy the property for £100,000. The mortgage company sent the money to the lawyers sent it to their lawyers, and I completed. And what does completion mean? Key time. I also want to say these mortgages are not buy-to-let mortgages, so I'm not condoning that you buy it and then you rent it out, because the mortgage company will probably say, no, this is a residential mortgage. A residential mortgage means you have to live in it. A buy-to-let mortgages means you buy it to let it out. There are different terms. You probably have to put a bigger deposit down. I'm just telling you that you'd go ahead and buy it and live in it and enjoy it. Amazing. And then one day you meet a girl or a boy and you move in with them. You ring up the mortgage company and say, hey, I've met someone. I want to move in with them. And they will come up with a solution because they don't want to take your property away. Ask me the question, Jamie, will it be worth more money in 2030? And what do you think? I personally think yes. Jamie, how can you be so sure? Just look at what house prices have done over the last 10, 20, 30 years. They've only gone up, especially here in the UK. So anyway, thank you for watching. This is how I bought a property when I was 20 years old. That property turned out to be an amazing investment, which I'm going to talk about in the next video. Go and see a mortgage broker. Tell them your life, tell them your earnings, tell them your debt. They will tell you what you need to do to get the mortgage or the best mortgage you can get. And you can be a property owner before you know it. Best of luck, hit me up, thank you.